Hello and welcome back once again to JAF Comics. It is our third play booster box of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set for Magic the Gathering. We've been having a great time so far with the first two boxes. Let's see if we can keep it rolling with box 3 here. We got one more play booster box video coming for you guys after this one as well, for a total of 4 for the set, as well as a collector booster box at the end. We're going to see if we can get some of the crazy hits out of that. But for now, we have just the play boosters themselves. If you're newer to the game and are just finding this video, make sure to check out our video 1 from the set if you're looking for a little bit more of a deeper dive on the mechanics. We're going to be just kind of diving right on in here and looking for the big hits out of these boxes in the videos after video 1. So, I mean, we got ourselves our first Armageddon, or sorry, not Armageddon, Armageddon, Future Shark, 8 mana 9/6 with flash, and when it enters, destroy up to 3 target creatures. Pretty solid ability on there. And an April O'Neil, a Hacktivist in foil. Beginning of your end step, draw a card for each card type among spells you've cast this turn. But yeah, we'll just keep on diving through, seeing if we get some new hits, just like that, the Armageddon. And, actually, speaking of, I don't think we've seen ourselves a Savanti Romero times Exile yet. This has Trample and beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on it. And then you may draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of counters on it. That's actually, hey, I haven't seen that before, even in the spoilers. That's a pretty decent card. It's going to cost you a lot of life once you actually get in there, but drawing cards in mono black, not the easiest thing to do in the world, so we'll definitely take it. Got some Rock Soldiers. We got, Michelangelo. Mutant BFF, 4 mana 4/4. Each creature you control with a counter on it can be blocked by more than one creature. And when it enters or attacks, create a mutagen token. Let's see if it has a mutagen back there for us to show. And of course it does. Mutagens have 1 in the tap. And sack and get the +1/+1 only as a sorcery. As I said that we wouldn't be going over too much. But hey, you know what? We'll definitely go over this. This is a Northwind Avatar. The Izzet Dragon Spirits. 5 mana 5/5 with flying. When it enters, if you cast it, you may put a card from a card you own from outside the game into your hand. That is a pretty sweet card for sure. And Westwind Avatar as well. I thought these Avatar sets were already done with. We have the Avatar, but no, they got our turtles and they got their avatars there too. We got Shredder's Technique. Very nice. We got Sneak for just a black to be able to destroy target creature or enchantment. And if it's an enchantment, you lose 2 life. Love to see that. Ooh, okay. Metallic Mimic. We got ourselves a Source Materials card here. 2 mana. As creature enters, choose a creature type. Creature is the chosen type in addition to its others. And each other creature you control of the chosen type enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Very sweet. Ooh, and we actually got, I mean, it's a little tough at 6 mana, but a good card nonetheless. Ground Chuck and Dirtbag. Trample. Whenever you tap a land for mana, add a green, and it's a 6 mana trample 8/8. I mean, in green, what more can you ask for, really? Giving you a ramp, giving you a big creature. That is great. Finally seeing some more cards that we haven't seen in the first 2 boxes, but that is all right. Ooh, a Shark Shredder Killer Clone. We love to see it. With a Sneak for 5. And when it deals combat damage to your player, put up to 1 target creature card from that player's graveyard, onto the battlefield under your control. And it enters tapped and attacking. If it was snuck, right? Or is this, no? It just does that even if it wasn't snuck in. Nice. Oh, wow. That's better than I thought it was. We got ourselves a Madam Null, though, as well. Power Broker. Not the greatest, but creature enters, you can pay life equal to its power to put that many +1/+1 counters on it. In mono black, I don't know. That's the most useful game plan. But I'm sure there's definitely a deck out there that fits in fantastic. But we'll just have to see. As time will tell. Got ourselves a Zog, a Bob Bashing Time, a Donnie, and we got Turncoat Kunoichi. 3 mana, 3/2 with Sneak for 4 mana. And whenever the creature enters, choose target creature an opponent controls, exile that creature until this creature leaves the battlefield. If you chose to pay the sneak cost, instead exile the chosen creature straight up. Awesome. Old Hob, we got ourselves the Full Art Mountain. Ragamuffin Raptor. The Mouser Attack, the Negate. We got Raphael, the Night Watcher. And its attacking creatures you control have double strike just straight up on it, and it has a sneak for 3. Otherwise, it's a 4 mana, 2/3. Very nice. Ooh, followed up by the Ooze. For 2 mana, legendary artifacts, creature enters the battlefield, +1/+1 counter on it. Or, sorry, not enters. If it leaves the battlefield, +1/+1 counter on it. Create a mutagen token for each counter on it. And, of course, has a little bit of graveyard hate on there as well. Create some mutagens. Nice. Frog Butler. Punk Frogs. Donatello, just the common one. Oh, we got a Renette's Temporal Apprentice. 5 mana, 4/3 with Flash. When it enters, return each other non-land permanent that enter the battlefield this turn to its owner's hand. Another Frog Butler. Great card, and I love to see it. Got a Venus, we got Turtle Blimp, got a Leo, and we got another April O'Neil, this time in non-foil. I think that was what our pack 1, yeah. Pack 1 foil. Ragamuffin Raptor, Cowabunga Dude. We got Zoo Escapees. And, ooh, a Krang and Shredder. Enters or attacks each opponent exiles top card of their library until they exile a non-land card. And then, beginning of your end step, if a permanent left the battlefield under your control this turn, you may cast a card exiled with this without paying its mana cost. And, of course, it is a 6/7. Flying through this box, but we already have some decent stuff. Let's see if we can get anything even better. Ooh, and we do have at least something there peeking out. New Generations Technique, alright. It's a 4 mana, search your library for up to 2 basic lands, put them onto the battlefield, tap, and then shuffle. Or, if you can sneak it out, it's a better Cultivate for 3 mana. Very nice, because it gets you both lands onto the battlefield, tapped right away. Don and Leo, though, problem solvers. Does a little bit of blinking stuff there. Nothing too crazy, though. The Omni Cheese Pizza. Turtles Forever. Ah, sweet. 4 mana, instant. Search your library and or outside of the game for exactly 4 legendary creatures with different names. And then reveal those cards. An opponent chooses 2 of them. Put the chosen ones to hand. Rest into your library. Ooh, excuse me. My apologies. Ugh. It's such a cool thing. And I just don't know. That seems like a great card, especially at instant speed for 4 mana. Oh, yeah. Got ourselves a Leatherhead Swamp Stalker. Pretty decent. Enters with Hexproof. And when it deals combat damage to your player, you can remove any counter from her. If you do, you destroy a target artifact or enchantment that player controls. We got Nobody. We got Henchbots. We got Southwind Avatar. Don't know that we've seen that before. The Southwind Avatar is a 4 mana avatar. That's also a snake spirit. Death touch. Whenever another creature you control dies, you gain life equal to its toughness, and whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. Ooh, and a Kitsune's technique. Okay. We're seeing new cards in box 3. 6 mana, but you can sneak it out for 2, and target opponent mills half their library rounded up. Mill decks rejoice. Your persistent petitioners, if you can get one of those through and sneak this out for just 2 mana. Woo, baby. I mean, that's a cowabunga indeed, if I do say so myself. We got Splinter, we got Leo. Hey, we got Northampton Farm. Always fun to see, being in the Lehigh Valley over here, with Northampton just up the road. Again, of course, this is for JAF Comics here that we're doing our opening. JAF Comics is in the Lehigh Valley, just a little bit, east of Northampton in Bethlehem here. So, getting a little love with Northampton Farm. If you are interested in playing some Magic, whether it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for a pre-release, for a draft, for any number of things, make sure to check us out in person in Bethlehem, as we see a new card that we haven't seen in either of our boxes either. We got a Krang Mastermind. 6 mana, 1/4. Okay. But then it's got affinity for artifacts, so it's going to be a little less. And then when it enters, if you have fewer than 4 cards in hand, draw cards equal to the difference. And it gets +1/+0 for each other artifact you control. Very, very nice. But yeah, if you're in the Lehigh Valley or the surrounding area, make sure to check out JAF. It's a great local game store. We've been doing these videos here for Magic, Pokemon, and a number of other TCGs that you can check out on the YouTube channel here. But it's a great place to play at your LGS, and it's always great to support local game stores. So be sure to check us out in person. Or online, jafcomics.com as well. If you want singles like Mondo Gecko, though, we have a TCG player. It's it's jafcomics.tcgplayerpro.com. Links will be in the description, of course. But check it out if you want to get yourselves something like a Mondo Gecko, looking absolutely radical on the board. It's got 1 into discard until end of turn. It becomes the color of your choice and gains hexproof from that color. And then when it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card for each color among permanents you control. Fantastic in a 5-color deck. Anything down to even like a 3-color deck, I can see that being great. We got ourselves a Jenica, Bad Apple Big Sister. They do love giving us this card for some reason. I have some of the stuff put aside for the panorama, if we can actually put some stuff together. And out of our other boxes, we've also gotten a Jenica, 1 per box, which is maybe a tiny bit disappointing because there's so much more of the panorama to be able to put together. But at the same time, it's a decent card, so we can't complain too much. Ooh, especially when we can follow it up with a Splinter Radical Rat. 3 mana, 2/4. If an ability of a ninja you control triggers, it triggers an additional time. And you can pay 2 mana to have target ninja be unblockable until end of turn. Sweet. A Sewer Valence Cam. That's a mouthful right there. Wizards of the Folks people. Ooh, we got ourselves a Technique pack. There's Donatello's. There's Jenica's. Ooh, we got ourselves also another new rare. Party Dude. No, actually we have gotten this before, but we'll go over it because it is a good one. When it enters, each player creates a food. Whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. And whenever 1 or more of your opponents are attacked, up to 1 attacking creature gets +X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. They do think that level 2 ability will be drawing you enough cards to have that be impactful, and I believe it. Especially when it comes to just even like treasures and stuff being sacked and going to graveyard, getting a draw for that from your opponents is great. We got Shredder, though, Unrelenting in the full art. You can sneak it out for just 4 mana with Death Touch, 6/4. When it enters or attacks, another target creature you control gains Death Touch until end of turn. That's also one of the other panoramas. We're going to put that guy to the side and just see if we can find his panoramic buddies. Man, we got a follow-up party dude to the party dude. Interesting enough. A Ravenous Robots. Whenever you cast an artifact, create a robot, and it's a 1/1. Then you can have your creature tokens gain haste until end of turn. Man, they do love giving us Jenica, even in the foil. That's a lot. But, I mean, the way they cut out the foils, though, is pretty sweet. With those highlighted spots just popping a little more. Yeah, it's real fun. Grounded for life. Oh, no. Got the Purple Dragon Punks. We've got, Turtles in Time, another new one. Return all creatures to their owner's hands, and each player may shuffle their hand and graveyard into their library. Then each player who does draws 7 cards. It is 7 mana, so it's a little tough, but considering it does a lot, pretty nice. It does exile at the end, though. Another Jenica, this time in the regular art. We do have Turtle Power. 3 mana enchantment with flash. Turtles you control get +2/+2. Love and Anthem effects. Pretty sweet stuff. Getting down to, if I had to guess, it's probably about 7 packs left to go. After this one, of course. Just taking a look over the box over here. Getting some pretty good stuff so far. We got the Last Ronin's Technique in the special art. Love to see it. Creates you some Ninja Turtles. 3 of them. Ooh, we got the Shredder's Technique. And we got Leonardo, Cutting Edge. 2 mana and Sneak. Lifelink 1/1. When you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on him. Awesome. Ooh, and Ninja Teen. This is a 3 mana enchantment class that has whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. 1 in a black has your creature's control get +1/+0 and have menace. That's just at level 2, and it continues to have that. And for 1 more mana, you can have level 3 creature cards in your graveyard have Sneak for 3 in a black, and you may cast creature spells from your graveyard using their Sneak abilities. Haven't seen that before. That seems very solid. And of course, we're towards the back of the box, which means apparently we're getting the foil lands. I've noticed that the back of the box tends to have those foils. So if you're looking for the basic lands, the first one we got out of this box is the island, and it was the 3rd row from the bottom, or third row from the bottom. We got Mikey's Technique. All right, 5 mana, or sneak it out for 4. Look at the top 8 cards of your library. You can put 2 creatures with total mana value 6 or less from among them onto the field, or rest in the bottom of your library. He's serving up those. What does he have? He's the nunchucks. Yeah, he's serving up those nunchucks straight to the face. Looks sweet. Ooh, we got something peeking out there. We got General Trog, Heart of Stone. We got Uncommon Splinter. Ooh, okay. We got Donatello, Gadget Master. Sneak for 1 in a blue. When it deals combat damage to a player, create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control. I do think this card is going to see a fair amount of play. We do love to see it. Create a copy of your Soul Ring when it deals combat damage. Yes, please. Then we also have Bebop and Rocksteady. When they attack or block, sack a permanent unless you discard a card. So, of course, that's your downside for it being a 3 mana 7/5. And of course, the Foil Forest. I'm telling you, they're at the back of the box. 4 packs to go. Cowabunga Metalhead. Another Jenica. I swear, they must have had her on the sheet like 3 extra times or something. But we got Toka and Razar. Terrible 2s. Of course, it's a 2-mana 3/2. Can't be countered. Menace. And whenever a player casts a spell, if the amount of mana amount of mana spent to cast it was less than its mana value, this deals 3 damage to that player. Woo, baby. That could be absolutely brutal. For people that are playing with the crystals from Final Fantasy, where, say, the Wind Crystal is your white spells cost 1 less, or any version of that. Woo, baby. That's a spicy meatball. We've got Old Hob. We got Common Wrath. And we've got a Weathermaker. The 3-mana artifact that can just tap for 1 mana on its own, or it has landfall to get charge counters. And if you remove 2 charge counters and tap it, you get 2 colorless instead. Or if you tap and remove 3 charge counters from it, it deals 3 damage to any targets. 3 packs to go in box 3. Pretty decent hit so far, gotta say. Looking pretty solid. See if we can end with anything crazy. Even if we don't, it's been a solid box. Got April, Reporter of the Weird. Deals combat damage to your player. Draw that many cards. And then discard a single card. That's a great thing to be able to pump up and make a little Voltron-y. Chrome Dome for 2 mana. Other artifact creatures you control get +1/+0. And for 5 mana, create a token that's a copy of another target artifact you control. The token gains haste. Sack it at the beginning of the next end step. Pretty sweet. And a foil Cowabunga indeed. Ragamuffin Raptor. Metalhead. Wrath. Ooh, and we got the Cloning of Shredder once again. 6 mana Enchantment Saga. Exile target creature card from your graveyard. Create a token that's a copy of it, except it isn't legendary and it is a mutant in addition to its other types. And then on chapters 2 and 3 of this saga, create a token that's a copy of a card exiled with the saga, except it isn't legendary and is a mutant in addition to its other types. So unless you have a way to be able to exile multiple cards off of this by going back to chapter 1, you're going to be getting 1, 2, 3 copies of a card in your graveyard for 6 mana over 3 turns. That seems very playable. And last pack of box 3. Again, if you're looking to get any sealed product to open up stuff for yourself, to play a little bit of pre-release stuff with your friends, maybe do a draft, check out JAFComics.com. Check us out in person at JAF Comics in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. JAFComics.tcgplayerpro.com for any of the singles as well. Hope you guys have had a great time taking a look at these boxes with us so far. Ooh, as we get another fresh card. Broadcast Takeover for 5 mana sorcery. Gain control of all artifacts your opponents control until end of turn. Untap them. They gain haste until end of turn. Whew. Good card. And then, of course, a foil rare to also top it off. With a sneak 2, deals combat damage to your player. Create a token that's a copy of target artifact you control. Great thing to end it off with an island. This has been a great box. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We got a bunch of new stuff to look at, and those cards will be going up if you're looking for them in person or online. Make sure to check the links in the description. Thank you all so much, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.